Tale of the Sun is a really unique game, which also makes it a cool game because it's just a really cool change of pace from regular games you would play. I mean, normal games have racing or they're first-person shooters or they're just standard regular RPGs where you run around and gain levels and talk to people and have a story. Tale of the Sun doesn't really have any of that. It's set in an open world and you are one of 3 cavemen. You basically run around the world collecting food, picking up various rocks to throw, punching enemies, and just exploring the gigantic world. If this game came out for like a smartphone in 2013, it would just be praised as this really unique open world game where there's no real point and it's just a really cool way to kill time during your lunch break or something. Of course, because it's a game that came out for a console, and just for how weird it is, and because it just doesn't really fall into any category, this is not a game that grew in popularity back when it came out in 1996 and in 1997 in America. The game has somewhat of a cult following just because of how unique it is, but also because it has some really cool music. Much like everything else in this game, it's hard to pinpoint the genre of music this is. I would say it's like caveman techno. I don't know. In Tale of the Sun, you can die. You die from just regular things like drowning or just getting your ass kicked by a monster. Like, the 2 times I died in this game, it was because of my own stupidity. Like, one time I was just running around happily collecting various food and things, you know, just exploring the world, and then I saw this giant, what I think is kind of a hippo, I don't know, and I just started fighting it, right? But the hippo took way too many shots, and at the end of the day, the hippo was just way too tough for me, and it got the better of our exchange. The second time I died, I was actually victorious in battle. This time around, I was playing as this hot caveman chick. She ran underwater, possibly into some kind of ocean, and she was just running around the ocean depth, just exploring, and she saw this weird giant blue fish, and I decided to just, well, why not? I just started fighting the fish. And this time around, I don't know how I did it because I was in the fish's plane, but I won. I guess the chick is a much better fighter than the caveman guys in this game. And the fish dropped its meat, and I was so pleased with myself. I felt like I just beat a game boss or something. But then, it turns out I was underwater for a little too long, and I just died from not breathing. All that delicious fish meat wasted. What a shame. Cool things like this happen, but mostly this game gets way too repetitive and boring to play for any extended amount of time in one sitting. By this I mean, this is a game you can play for 15 or 30 minute intervals every once in a while. While the world is huge, it's all basically the same. I mean, the scenery changes, the weather might change, but it's all just basically you running around picking things up and punching monsters in the face. And of course, once in a while, collapsing because you have to sleep. The world is huge, but it's all basically the same is what I'm saying. For its uniqueness, I'm going to say this is a good game, but for the fact that there's just not a lot to do in the game, I would say it's not a great game. Tale of the Sun is ultimately one of those games that's unique enough and pretty fun for a short while, where if you are a retro gamer or you just like strange and exciting and different games, it's something you should try out sometime. Tale of the Sun for the PlayStation 1 gets an official Stan Birdman rating of a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.